Terry was saying, you know, he was talking about how the K-State game was probably one of his worst games ever played, and then a couple of days later he comes back and has one of his best games. I'm just kind of wondering, what do you attribute that turnaround to? And then, I mean, could you see something like that coming? And is that kind of streaky like that, I think?
Terry's a great kid. I mean, I think that's, Terry wants to do right. Terry wants to do right by the team. You know, I'm not, I mean, I'm lying if I told you I thought he'd go 10 for 13 and get 28, but I thought he would play much better.
Did you just need somebody to get heat up and get hot? Because offensively you look more efficient, or was there something you were doing better as a team?
Well, honestly, I think we had the same shots we had against Texas. We had the same shots we had against Kansas State. I mean, Terry had really good looks and didn't make them. You know, that's the problem with relying on jump shots. But we don't really have a choice. We've tried to invert some other guys and put them in there, and that hadn't. I mean, it works once in a while, but it's just when the ball's not going on the perimeter, it's hard for us to score. Excuse me.
After being so hot in the first half from three, though, it did seem like you attacked the basket more in the second half. Was that something you emphasized so that you didn't have to rely on it? Or was that more a result of something Texas Tech did?
No, I mean, we played Nate, and Nate made some, you know, and Nate hadn't made any. And, you know, when you can play Nate at 4, which we did, and they have to guard him, that open spreads things and opens it up. You know, when you're playing, you know, Devin and Kevin Nareen or Brandon, they're obviously they sag more, and it makes it harder for Wani and Aaron. And I thought Terry got it at the basket pretty good today. I mean, that's what we thought Nate could do for us. That's what we thought Remy could do for us. You know, and neither one of them have been very consistent shooting it. I thought that Nate would make some shots because he's worked at it. You know, when I come in, he's been in there shooting the ball, and he's doing the things that I've told him to do. He's just not in there shooting it. He's in there, you know, trying to fix the things that I've asked him to work on and fix. So I thought he could make some.
Bob, would you comment on Dusty Anna's game, and who was supposed to be guarding him?
Everybody. He made shots. I mean, he made some shots that normally you'd say, let him shoot that. He got, but you know, and I hope it's our youth, and I hope we don't have to go through it again later on. But I mean, we play pretty good, and we get up, you know, we were up by 11, and we just stopped playing. You know, it was like we didn't do the things that got us the 11-point lead. And then he comes down and makes 2 threes. I think he had 9 points. I think he had 9 consecutive points, 3 threes, and we didn't guard him. I mean, how we don't guard him is beyond me. When you show the film that we showed, and you know, and you talk as much about it as what we've talked about, I have no idea why we wouldn't, but we didn't. You know, and so I thought Gary really did a good job in the second half. He got a couple in transition that, I mean, Terry just said, Coach, I didn't think he was going to shoot it from that far. He had a heck of a game. I don't think that's the norm, but he had a heck of a game.
Is it comparable at all to compare what Juwan can do for you at the end of the game to like what a closer does in baseball? Come in the last inning, make the plays, get you out. Is that kind of what Juwan can do for you?
Well, he did today. TCU, yeah. I think he can, Justin, but I think too that we need those other guys to make shots. I mean, otherwise there's nowhere to go. And I think Nate making shots, I think, they stayed a little tighter to Nate than what they have been, which opens things up. I thought I don't know which one it was, but I thought he showed great control. Sometimes he goes in and takes shots that aren't going to go in probably, and he came in and came to a great jump stop and pump faked and scored it, which is what we've been trying to get him to do. I mean, honestly, it's easier to say that than it is do that. Yeah.
Anything else?
Thanks, guys.